So look, y'all, this mass killer, he got caught a decade later. Like, imagine being the mass killer, then you on the run for a decade, then the police just knocking one day and it's over.
On November 1st,
I wonder what he did.
2015, Mike and Kathy Scott, alongside their mothers, Barbara and Violet, were found brutally murdered in their trailer home.
Oh, he gotta
Everyone
go.
was found with similar injuries, a slashed throat and a gunshot wound to the head made after they died. They were also found with knife wounds on their hands, indicating that each victim had tried to fight back before being killed. There were even bloody handprints on the doors and walls, showing that someone had even tried to escape after they'd been stabbed. The terrifying scene inside the trailer home would go completely unnoticed for the entire day, until, according to Amy, she went to check up on her parents and found them lying dead inside their home. And at around 12:30 that day, Amy decided to call 911.
911 was location of emergency.
Oh my God! I need somebody out here.
What's going on?
Oh God!
There's four people.
In my mama's house, and
Who are these people that are in the house?
it's my mom and my grandma and my granny and my stepdad.
When Anderson County Police arrived on the scene, they said it was one of the bloodiest scenes they'd ever been to. But something was off. Detectives noted no signs of forced entry and thought it couldn't have been a robbery, as there were multiple valuable items left in plain sight inside the home. This made two things clear to detectives: whoever was responsible was allowed inside the home before the acts, and that they only had one thing on their mind: murder. It seemed like this case had to have been committed by someone close to Mike and Kathy, but with insufficient evidence, the case slowly went cold, allowing Amy and Ross to get back on the streets and live their normal lives again for years to come. But police always had their suspicions about this case and were never comfortable letting it stagnate. Amy's Facebook page showed that she constantly had fights with Kathy and Mike over her children, often calling them narcissistic, emotionally abusive, and disrespectful. What's most disturbing was a video of Ross and Kathy's fighting found on Amy's page, where Ross says something that would come back to haunt him forever.
Why don't you let Grandma come out here real quick?
I don't think your grandma wants to deal with this trash.
Yeah, I showed you, stop.
Yep, see ya. Oh,
Yeah, look.
In addition to this eerie statement from Ross, police found something that seems damning. They discovered a photo Mike had sent to a coworker just 2 days before his death, a couple of $100 bills. And inside Amy and Ross's trailer was a neatly organized stack of $100 bills, exactly the same serial numbers as Mike's. At the time, this was all treated as circumstantial, but slowly more coincidences would begin to line up that gave police enough reason to suspect Amy and Ross as potential killers. So, in 2023, they reopened the case. Nearly a decade.
Hey, I remember something about this, and I remember it being so crazy. But the thing about it is, I watched it so long ago, or I don't know when I watched it, but something similar. It's not the same videos and the same evidence. It's like everybody be having their own evidence. So we need to start petitioning everybody to put all the evidence in these videos, because it'd be crazy.
Decade after the events that put an end to nearly an entire family. Detectives started by launching a series of interviews with Mike and Kathy's closest peers to try and get a better picture of Amy and Ross and see if they might have been responsible after all. They begin with Mike and Kathy's neighbor to learn about Amy's relationship with her mom and if he saw anything the day of the incident.
With the daughter, got angry with her and kept the children from Kathy.
So tell us about that.
It seemed that they really tried to help Amy a lot. And Mike and Kathy, they really took care of the kids. And it broke Kathy and Mike's heart. She just really missed the kids, and the two older ladies that lived there, they were used to the kids coming in and out.
You think Kathy was afraid at all of Amy and Ross?
No, she never expressed that. But it was always the talk of the area that Mike would go to flea markets and he would get some kind of video games that he collected. There was a good resale market for them, and that he would buy any old jewelry that had some gold in it. It was always a rumor that he kept a lot of cash and gold stuff around.
Not only did Mike collect jewelry and other rare memorabilia, but it was well known in the community that Mike always had a large sum of cash with him because he feared putting money into the banking system. This made Mike a large target, especially amongst those who knew him well.
You gotta stop
I
telling
think
people
you
y'all
got to be
business.
one sick puppy and go in there and kill two helpless old women. The thoughts that somebody came in and killed those people, I still have nightmares about that.
This tells detectives that the murder could have been done for financial reasons, especially since this fact wasn't a secret at all. Couple this with the fact that Mike's money was currently sitting safely inside Ross and Amy's safe at home. A picture is starting to form of what might have actually happened that night. But still, nothing is certain at all, and police next head to Roxy Voorhees, an ex-employee of Amy and Ross's, who worked at their pet grooming business during the months leading up to the crime. Roxy had spoken to Amy almost every day for months before the incident, so if anyone had some information to give, it'd be her. And they were exactly right. What they found was so sinister, it blew the case wide open.
That was broke.
Ross had made a joke and said, do you want me to It was a joke at the time.
Right.
Then later I was like, holy, I'm glad I didn't say yeah.
Learned that their grooming business wasn't as successful as they claimed it was. Based on bank records collected by police, Amy and Ross's proven income in 2013 was $25,622. However, in 2014, Ross spent $14,200 on a Ram truck, $5,700 on a Mustang, $10,000 on a Harley FXE, and another $5,000 on a Harley XL. Close to $35,000 on luxury purchases. But
What you doing? Dealing drugs? And look, if y'all peep if y'all peep what she said, I always hated my mom for that. That mean she'll backdoor her mom at any time. That mean the mom always on the table. No matter who she married, who she talked to, she still don't like her mom, and she not gonna ever like her mom for doing what she did.
on a
Watch
Harley
people
XL,
like
close to $35,000 on luxury purchases, but an income of just $25,000. With these poor financial decisions, the couple needed money, and they needed it badly. In 2014, their business fell short, making just over $3,000 for the entire year. Things were bad, and they were on the brink of bankruptcy. So when the cops found $67,000 in cash hidden in their home, they knew something seriously strange was going on. Ross claims that he'd been saving the money for years, but detectives don't buy it at all. They're certain that, at a minimum, Ross and Amy had to have stolen from the house on the day of the murders. But to some extent, this was all known about 8 years ago, and it's still all circumstantial. For all the cops knew, Amy could have noticed the dead bodies in the trailer and grabbed the cash out of desperation before calling the police. So there had to be something that set this investigation apart from the one back in 2015. However, this case would take a complete 180 after detectives would find their most blatant, crucial piece of evidence yet. When going through all the CCTV cameras throughout the town on the day of the murders, police found footage of Ross walking out of a gas station that night. Nothing is suspect at first, until you look a little closer. The shoes he's wearing are Asics Gel Speedstar 5s, a model whose sole design just so happens to perfectly match the bloody footprints that were found inside the trailer. This claim was even confirmed by the shoe company themselves, and the pattern is unique to this specific model, making it clear to detectives that Ross Villardi is a cold-blooded killer. All the evidence had come together. The abundance of cash in Ross and Amy's home, Mike's $100 bills in Ross's safe, identical shoes to the killer, and an ugly past with Mike and Kathy. Police now believe they have everything they need to charge Ross and Amy with the murders. So, on December 11th, 2023, they decide to confront Ross and Amy at their new home to finally uncover the truth about that night once and for all.
So I think y'all had got married that year, is that right?
Correct.
In 2015?
Yes, October 24th.
The 24th. That would have been, what, about a week or so before?
Yep. We had just gotten back from my mom and dad's. She went to knock on the back door, but the back door kind of just like was already cracked open.
The detectives are baiting Ross into a trap, as they know based on the footprints that Ross did without a doubt step into the house on the night of the murders. Later on, they'll be able to confront Ross about these blatant lies in hopes they can shock him into...
That's another kind of red flag that I had as I was trying to just replay like events leading up to the homicide.
You think people 5 years old, that's your problem. You think everybody in this whole world is 5 years old and you made the perfect crime and you smart. And none of that is true. None of that is true. I could tell everything about you is lying. It like I can just tell you got like when people just keep saying that's a thought process because they're trying to think, they're actively thinking, trying to make something up. Why you
Should I have seen something?
Ross is unknowingly digging himself into an even deeper hole. When the money is traced, it leads right back to his and Amy's pockets. But there's only so much Ross can do. The police aren't telling him that he's their main suspect, so all he can do is keep on lying, devastatingly unaware that they've already unraveled his entire scheme.
Just shovel the bullshit out of that front seat right now so Amy can get in.
Mm-hmm.
He's the victim, you know.
Oh, I got that very quickly. But follow the money.
Follow the money.
You could tell that he's...
Yeah, I saw him.
And every time he's talking, he can't look at you in the face.
I know. You got a tiger by the tail here, though, buddy. Don't think you don't. This is a career case, let me tell you. So can you tell us a little bit about that weekend when... Were you gone when you got home and you found the bodies, or what happened?
He brought his mom's, my mother-in-law, to do Halloween. We went down there, we spent the weekend.
What day did y'all leave to go down?
Friday night?
Friday night.
The way he stared at him, yeah, that hoodie. Yeah. So you threw away that whole outfit, you burned it, or you did something with it. And it was all in the name of getting money. The mom, look, his girlfriend didn't like her mom. And then the husband probably was seeing through all the BS. So she didn't like the husband. And then, she like, okay, so we already going broke. We only made so little. I think one of them years they only made like $3,000. So yeah, get on.
Were charged with the 4 brutal murders of Kathy Scott, Mike Scott, Barbara Scott, and Violet Taylor. The 2 are being held in prison without bond while they're tried in court. The couple's next court appearance is set for later this year, where they'll meet their true fate in the hands of a judge.
Man, hold on. Because how many years y'all think they got? Like, I don't think they got enough years, personally. Because ain't no way. He AI, but look, y'all see how he just start confessing in the seat, though? Because he already knew. No, I can't find nothing on them yet. Was it Mike? Was it Mike? Nah, yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see. Oh, look. He was found guilty. Yeah. AI, yesterday she was found guilty. Yesterday she was just found guilty. That was Amy.
This case goes back to Michael and Kathy Scott. Barbara Scott and Violet Taylor were found in a home on Refuge Road in Pendleton. Investigators say it was one of the most brutal crimes they'd ever seen. Scott's daughter, Amy Velarde, found their bodies and called 911. 8 years later, officials arrested and charged Amy and her husband, Ross Velarde. Now, Ross Velarde is set to go on trial for murder, and Amy Velarde's trial started this past Monday. Both sides gave their closing statements, coming back with that guilty verdict. Fox Carolina's Berkeley Crow.
So look, she guilty, right? We knew she was gonna get found guilty. He got found guilty. He next. I think they finna probably try to get him the penalty. I think he might get that penalty because she not finna. She just got found guilty. She is literally finna be like, what can I tell y'all? Because he might be able to try to get off because they ain't got the outfit, they ain't got nothing. They just got motives and all this. So he can still try to skate away scot-free through this. Or at least only get like a 20-year sentence, but hey, who knows? But I think she gonna flip on him. But yeah, y'all, as you heard, she was found guilty. Life in prison. So I think she gonna tell on him. His trial didn't start yet. Yeah. And they talking about later this year. That just happened yesterday. That was February 28, 2026. They talking about later this year. How old was this video? I was a year ago. This video came out a year ago. But hey, y'all, hit that like and subscribe button though, man. You just never know. You never know who is who. You never know who failing, who's struggling in life, trying to make it look good. Just live your life. Just live your life. Because some people out here really faking their lifestyle. You know how many dudes probably seen him like, oh, he got a truck, he got a Mustang. Oh my God, they living good. And look what he did to get that money. That small amount of money. I mean, it's a big amount, but for you, come on, man. You killed 4 people for that. I understand, but nah. I know people be like, I'll do it. If people do it for less, I understand, but it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I'm telling you now, it ain't worth it. You was better off just going to work, getting 3 jobs, bro. You would been better off. Hit that like and subscribe button on y'all.